we've talked about these two types of arguments. So I want to talk a moment about evaluating an argument, because this is what we will be doing over the course of the semester. We're going to be evaluating arguments. So there are steps we need to follow. When we evaluate arguments, the first thing we do is determine what type of argument it is. Is it a deductive or an inductive? So we follow it down. Well, if it's a deductive argument, then we ask, is it valid or not? Well, if the argument's invalid, we stop right there. No further. Dead end. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I'm not going to give you invalid arguments this semester. Okay, so if it's deductive and it's valid, we ask if it's sound, which means we ask if the premises are true. Okay, so a deductive argument that's valid, the next step in evaluation is, are the premises true? Okay, now if we go to our deductive arguments, our inductive arguments, we ask, is it strong or is it weak? Well, a weak inductive argument, one where the premises don't give a high degree of probability to the conclusion, is much like an invalid deductive argument. We're done. Okay? We're done. That's it. A strong inductive argument, however, is one where we will ask, are the premises true? Because we want to know if it's cogent. Okay? So when we evaluate arguments, first, what kind of argument is it? Is it valid or strong, depending on the kind of argument? And then, are the premises true? And the bottom line is, while I will, quote unquote, quiz you throughout the semester on what form of argument we're working with, we are going to be focusing on whether the premises are true. And so that is when we come up with our objections, why an argument might fail. And more often than not, it's going to be because one of the premises are false. The argument might fail, I grant, because of the form. Okay? Now the form, when the form is problematic, it's called a fallacy. Our invalid deductive argument forms, affirming the consequent, denying the antecedent, these are what we call formal fallacies. Formal, as in having to do with the form, fallacy. And we're going to talk about some informal fallacies in a moment. But the more common reason, the more common way we object to an argument is with the premises. The premises are false. And we're going to need to be able to explain why it would be that the premise is false. And it's not going to be easy. You are going to be challenged in doing this. There might be times when you just disagree with the conclusion, but you can't articulate why one of the premises is problematic. There are going to be times when you're going to agree with the conclusion, and yet there is a problem with one of the premises. And that's okay, because saying that an argument is a bad argument does not mean that you disagree with the conclusion. I'm going to say that again. Deciding that an argument is a bad argument does not mean you disagree with the conclusion. Deciding an argument is a bad argument simply means the premises do not support the conclusion in the way it's supposed to. Maybe the premises are false, maybe the form is a bad one. But we can still agree with the conclusion and recognize that a specific argument for the conclusion fails. Does that make sense?